Am I the asshole for telling my wife that I will lose respect for her if she doesn't apologize? My wife and I have 3 kids. Thursday, my wife was helping our 9-year-old with her homework. She was supposed to fill in a chart with the times tables. That was a hectic day. Our 4-year-old threw up, and I was trying to clean him up, and my wife was having trouble getting our 9-year-old to focus on what she was doing because she kept looking at me. Our 9-year-old hates math and is pretty bad at it, which annoys my wife, who is usually fantastic at it. My wife asked our daughter what 7 times 7 was. Our daughter said she didn't know. My wife kept telling her to try to think of any answer. She kept saying she didn't know. My wife was getting frustrated. Our daughter finally guessed 37. My wife said close, 47. Our 13-year-old then said, "No, Mom, it's 49." My wife snapped at this point and told him to shut up and go upstairs. He went into the backyard instead. She took a deep breath and then went into our room. I finished with our 4-year-old and then I went outside. I tried to talk to him, but he didn't want to listen. He kept saying, "But Dad, 7 times 7 is 49." I told him his mom just got frustrated and didn't mean to yell at him. He kept insisting that 7 times 7 is 49, which I'm aware of, so I got nowhere. I went back inside to talk to my wife. She said she knew she shouldn't have yelled, but she was frustrated because he was distracting her, and that's why she made the mistake. I pointed out that she made the mistake before he said anything. She started crying and asked why I was being so critical. I apologized and told her I loved her. We hugged it out, but then I asked her if she was going to go apologize to her 13-year-old. She said no, because he shouldn't have interrupted her. She said he was rude and needed to learn not to interrupt. I told her it's okay to tell him to shut up. We went back and forth, and finally, I said I won't be able to respect her as much if she doesn't go say sorry. That really hurt her. She said she needed space. She hasn't said a word to me or him since Thursday. I know what I said is harsh, but I can't respect someone who won't apologize when they make a mistake. Am I the asshole? My sister says I am because I'm not being supportive, and our 13-year-old is a lot. Update/edit. My wife got up before our alarm and started cleaning our bathroom. I started the laundry and made breakfast. She didn't say a word when she sat down to eat, and she ate much faster than normal. She stood up, picked up our 4-year-old, and told our 9-year-old to get ready because they were going to the library. She didn't say anything to our 13-year-old, and I told her we needed to talk, but she just shook her head. I followed her upstairs and insisted that we needed to talk. She just kept shaking her head. She went into our 4-year-old's room and locked the door. I went downstairs and told our 13 and 9-year-old that we are going to the dog park. They both asked if Mom was okay, and I said yes, but that she just needed some space. I grabbed some clothes for our 9-year-old from the laundry room, and she got changed in the downstairs bathroom. We are at the dog park, and my wife is refusing to answer my text. I'm starting to think that this isn't all just about math. Commenter 1. She hasn't spoken to her son in 3 days, and she was in the wrong? Ouch. Yeah, I just realized that this would have been posted on Sunday because it was like a couple days ago. And if they said Thursday, then that would be 3 days since she hasn't talked to her son. What the hell, man? It's just a math problem, and you were literally wrong. I mean, you can't teach someone math if you're teaching them the wrong thing. And I mean, I get being a little frustrated in the moment, but like after that, is it really? Why are we holding a grudge against our 13-year-old son? Like, shouldn't she care about him? Right? I mean, I, I must be missing something here. I mean, maybe they're just like neck and neck with each other, and there's something going on behind the scenes. But like, what the fuck? Just say sorry, man. It can't be that hard. But anyways, let's just get into the update because now I'm really curious as to why you can't speak to someone because they corrected your mistake. Update. Yesterday, Sunday, my wife wanted to take the 2 younger children to the library. I tried to talk to her, but she locked herself in our 4-year-old's room. I took our other 2 children to the dog park, and she took our 4-year-old to the library. At the dog park, I talked to our 13-year-old. I explained to him that a lot was going on right now and that his mother was overwhelmed. I said that sometimes when a person is overwhelmed, the next thing that happens, good, bad, or neutral, is the thing that pushes them over, and the source of that thing, good, bad, or neutral, is what they lash out at. I said his mom was wrong to lash out at him, but it wasn't his fault and she didn't really mean it. I said she was embarrassed and that was why she was avoiding him. He said that wasn't fair, and we kept going back and forth. I was trying to help him understand he didn't do anything wrong and shouldn't feel bad, but all he could focus on was that he was being treated unfairly. I told him that it was unfair, but that his mom isn't perfect and that everyone makes mistakes. I said sometimes he is unfair, but we forgive him because we love him. I said forgiving his mom, even though she is wrong, would be a nice way to show his love for her, but that he doesn't have to. Again, all he said was that the situation was unfair, which it is. It really is. After the dog park, I took our 13-year-old to a friend's house and our 9-year-old to a friend of mine's house. I went home and made dinner. However, My wife went out for dinner with our 4-year-old son, and she didn't get home until after I had put everything away. I told her that we had to talk now that the older kids aren't here, and that not talking wasn't an option anymore. She still ignored me, so I said that if she wouldn't engage with me, I would have to call our sisters and get them to come over to help me. She got very angry, but she finally decided to talk. She told me that she is drowning. She said work is exhausting. Every day when she gets home, her patience is already below zero. She is scared and upset by our 4-year-old's stomach issues. She said he threw up again at dinner. She really shouldn't have taken him out to eat because we are supposed to keep track of everything he eats before throwing up or not throwing up before the appointment today, which is impossible to do at a restaurant, but I didn't mention any of that. She said she can't take our 13-year-old's behavior anymore. I said he didn't do anything wrong on Thursday. She said that when we were that age, if we interrupted our parents to tell them that they were wrong, we would have been punished severely. She said we raised a spoiled, entitled child. She said she can never get any peace and quiet in our own home that we worked hard to pay for because we have a spoiled teen that refuses to ever stop talking or making noise. I said we have been working on those behaviors and he has been improving, but she lashed out when he was trying to be helpful, and that sends the complete wrong message. She told me that I am not supporting her. She said she needs things to change. She said we need to crack down and stop being so lenient. If he plays the recorder after we've told him he's done for the night, we need to take it. If he interrupts, he needs to go straight to his room. If he argues about curfew, he needs to lose his privileges. I told her we need to take a step back. I said if she is overwhelmed, she needs to take a break. I told her this heightened emotional state is a bad time to make huge household changes. I suggested, like many commenters did, that she get a hotel for a few days and just try to decompress. She said she's not the problem, and I never said she was, but that he is. She said that he was bad from the beginning. She said when our daughter didn't have all his issues, she thought it was because she is a girl, but our 4-year-old is a boy and is also better behaved, so he is definitely the problem. She also said I've seen it and used to admit it, but stopped to make her look crazy. For context, I used to joke that our 13-year-old is a challenging kid because he likes to be outside so much, loves animals, and loves playing on his recorder. I wanted to stress that this was a joke. The reason I stopped making this joke is because I noticed my wife didn't even find it funny anymore. This was years ago. I said all that, and she said no, that I saw even then that he is wrong, but stopped acknowledging it to make her feel like the problem. She also said she had been seeing an online therapist. I had no idea. She said she didn't tell me because she was embarrassed. Her therapist told her that our son has dangerous tendencies and shows signs of being contemptuous towards women because he doesn't respect his mother. I have no idea how to respond to that. I said any therapist who would say something like that about a child they've never met shouldn't be licensed. And if it's an online therapist, for all she knows, they aren't. At the end of our conversation, she agreed to go to the hotel only if she took our 4-year-old with her because she wanted to be the one to take him to his medical appointment. I didn't think that was a good idea at all. However, she ended up just taking him and going. I picked up the kids and brought them home. They sensed that something was wrong and were very subdued this morning getting ready for school. I talked to my boss when I came in, and he is going to let me leave early to go to our 4-year-old's medical appointment. I'm not sure what will happen there, but I'm hoping it will be good news and that will make us feel all less on edge. Commenter, you've correctly flagged that the online therapist is not real. My recommendation is to ask if you can join a session to evaluate them yourself and also to get their information so you can look them up. If the therapist brings up negative points about your kid, deconstruct those in front of your wife. Your wife needs real help. She's displaying extreme anger towards your son that is clearly deep rooted. She does need a break, so try and organize that for her and your son. Maybe have all the kids out of the house for a while once the 4-year-old's gastro passes, and then reassess. Every parent goes through periods of depression, but the extreme nature is not healthy and can't continue. Your wife clearly doesn't have the coping skills to deal with this, and she needs better tools. Best of luck. Commenter 2. You are still failing your son. Stop defending his mother's actions, and stop trying to make the child forgive the adult here. Your wife is deeply traumatizing your son, and you're not protecting him as much as you think you are. Your wife needs help. You can do your part to help her get that, but stop putting your wife's issues on a child and start actually protecting your children. How are you supposed to actually protect your children in this case? I mean, not to deny that like what this commenter said isn't true and that he's, defending his wife when he shouldn't be, but I just like from the husband's perspective, right? From Opie's perspective, what can he do? I mean, he doesn't want to make his wife more angry than she is. She's clearly like needs some better coping skills, and I agree with that. And she tried to do the right thing by getting an online therapist. However, assuming that she actually did get an online therapist, they suck. I mean, they're clearly a fraud, right? So I I don't know how to feel about this because on one end, the wife is genuinely trying, and you can kind of see that, assuming she actually tried to get a real therapist and they just ended up being fake, right? So on that end, it's a good thing. But on the other side, it's like I don't know how you couldn't realize that this behavior isn't okay, despite how overwhelmed you are at work and at home and I don't know, but at the same time, you have the kid with the stomach issues, and that's definitely scary too. So I think that with time, this will all work out okay, and I'm sure your wife is a lovely woman, right? Because I don't think you would marry them if they aren't, and I hope it all works out for you. But only time will tell. I feel like, and that's all I got to say. Let me know what you'll think of this in the comments below, and I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.